How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Yesterday we made a video talking about the Satya Nadella statement and how it really was a nothing burger. It basically said a whole bunch of stuff without actually saying anything, without clarifying anything. But, the ponies decided that they were going to run with it and talk about how the whole slate was going. And this is something that they heavily relied on, and well, there's more information that's coming out today, and I wanted to talk about it because it does seem like no one is really talking about this, but the same language is being used here to completely refute every single pony and media's statement. Yet you're not going to find a single media outlet out there come out and say, we were wrong, we misunderstood what was said, or a single pony to come out and say, nah, that means the whole slate ain't going, man, yeah, or something stupid like that. At the end of the day, it is what it is. People are stupid, they're generally brain dead, and the media is no different. They will write anything and sell their own mothers if they could in order to make an actual click. Unfortunately, these are the times we live in. But if we switch over, you can see here that this was the one that everyone has been going crazy over. And as you can see here, even though I'm kind of slightly blocking it, so let's reduce me a little bit. Let's do it there, because I actually want you to see what's the important part that's written here. Finally, we brought 4 of our fan favorite titles to Nintendo Switch and Sony PlayStation for the first time, as we continue to extend our content to new platforms. And what's important here is the word our content, because that is what the ponies and the media have been relying on and have been bouncing on and have been talking about as the whole slate. And you've had Xbox influencers jumping on this bandwagon as well, saying the same thing. You've had D saying it. You've had Post Up, who finally caved in yesterday to say the same thing. But then we have this. Microsoft's annual report 2024, Satya Nadella also said that providing exclusive game content is one of the important factors that determine the growth of the gaming business. So I wanted to read this, and as you can see, the highlighted part is there so you can clearly see it, but let's just see what he has to say. This is regarding the gaming part of the report. Our gaming platform is designed to provide a variety of entertainment through a unique combination of content, community, and cloud services. Our game content is developed through a collection of first-party studios, creating iconic and differentiated gaming experiences. We continue to invest in new gaming studios, which means they're going to buy more, and content to expand our intellectual property roadmap and leverage new content creators. These unique gaming experiences are the cornerstone of Xbox Game Pass, a subscription service and gaming community with access to a curated library of over 400 first and third-party console and PC titles. The gamer remains at the heart of the Xbox ecosystem. We are identifying new opportunities to attract gamers across a variety of different endpoints through our first and third-party content and business diversification across subscription, ads, and digital stores, which is basically Xbox digital store. You've got Steam, you've got PSN, you've got the eShop from Nintendo. We've seen new devices from third-party manufacturers along with key PC and mobile endpoints that help us empower gamers to play in a way that is most convenient to them. Especially as of November the 1st, you're going to be getting the ability to buy your games on Android and play them immediately. This isn't just the games available on xCloud, this is any game. We are focused on growing the platform and expanding to new ecosystems to engage as many gamers as possible. So you can see here that the Xbox ecosystem is where the focus is, the console is part of that ecosystem, but they are expanding as they go along. You've got the Fire Stick, you've got GeForce Now, you've got Ubuntu, you've got Boosteroid, and more will be added to this as time goes on. Xbox enables people to connect and share online gaming experiences that are accessible on Xbox consoles, Windows-enabled devices, and other devices. By other devices, they're talking PlayStation and Switch. but also the cloud. Xbox is designed to benefit users by providing access to a network of certified applications and services to benefit our developer and partner ecosystems by providing access to a large customer base. As we know, they've got 500 million MAU that was last reported. That's probably increased now with how they're steadily growing and pushing their content to other cloud-enabled devices. Growth of our gaming business is determined by the overall active user through Xbox-enabled content, MAUs basically. Availability of games, providing exclusive game content. Now as you can see here, we're seeing that game content again. And if we look over here, we have our content. Now the media and PlayStation fans were quick to jump onto the fact that when it says our content, they mean video games and the whole slate. But when it says providing exclusive game content here, it now means DLC, expansions, little trinkets, updates. Can you see the difference in the terminology with the media and these dumb ponies? Can you see how brain dead and brain rot is infesting their heads as they try to use mental gymnastics to evade and come up with solutions that basically don't need any? If you are okay when they used content to mean video games, then you should be okay when it says providing exclusive game content to mean the same thing, because it is exactly the same thing that gamers seek. The computational power and reliability of the devices used to access our content and services, and the ability to create new experiences. Now, what is this exactly telling you? Well, what this is actually telling you is that the media, as usual, are doing their two-faced lying BS. They're going through the clicks. You've got PlayStation fans now and a lot of Xbox influencers who are now saying that the whole slate is going, when the same terminology is being used here, and it's the same thing. What they were saying on the original statement was that they're expanding. And that has been the case since 2016. They have changed their business model and they have been looking at a different way to distribute games and make money. With the ABK acquisition, that only sped things up. And now that they've got the mobile thing sorted on the Android store, that's even pushed them even more gung-ho further ahead in the direction they want to go. But this doesn't mean that the whole slate is going. This doesn't mean that every game is going. No. ABK games will most likely remain multi-platform. I think everyone is okay with that. It would have been a big change if they remained exclusive, but the FTC didn't allow that. And they probably would have lost potentially a lot of money, unless people migrated from other platforms to Xbox and subscribed to Game Pass. Now, as you know, catalogs were created in the previous generation, so that makes that a little more difficult to actually entice people over. Not impossible, but the actual quality and the delivery has to be on point, which, as we have seen over the past 2-3 years, especially when it comes to Game Pass, has been far from ideal. So Microsoft does have a bit of work to do there if they want to, attract people over in the hordes, because they need to kind of deliver a cadence on a reliable time frame. Call of Duty has just released, and that's going to bring in a number of Game Pass subscribers. And it's going to be interesting to see over the next 24-48 hours how that has actually performed, and if Microsoft is going to, reveal any numbers whatsoever. But the term in the previous one saying, as we expand our content, is no different to what we have here when it says providing exclusive game content. And what we are seeing here is basically what they've been saying all along, that some games will go. I suspect all of ABK games to go. They're going to be sold at full price if you want them on, PC or on PlayStation or on the Switch. But if you're an Xbox customer, you get them as part of your subscription service. And that's it. You get them day and date as part of your sub. And if you're smart, you're not paying full price anyway. You're using Microsoft Rewards to get your free monthly Game Pass, or you're going through other ways and other means to get your Game Pass for a cheaper price. So you're still winning. Now the Bethesda situation is slightly different. They originally said all ZeniMax games will be exclusive to Xbox, and that later changed. Primarily due to the FTC case that was going on, because they kind of had to pivot away from it if they wanted that deal to go through. It's an unfortunate side effect of them buying ABK. Now, a lot of people are saying that buying ABK was the biggest, disaster for Microsoft. Everyone has their opinion. But the bottom line is, you are still going to get exclusive games on Xbox. Of course, now the goalpost has moved, and people are saying, well, that just means it's timed exclusive. So, what did the other comment mean then? That they were saying day and date games are going to go straight to PlayStation, and now it's a timed exclusive when it comes to Satya saying providing exclusive game content by announcing that these are important to the console, and it's important to the brand, it's important to the fan base, that having an identity is important. So this whole Microsoft going third party entirely is a whole bunch of bogus. I don't get why more people aren't talking about this, because this completely debunks everything that they've been saying, and that's probably why they're not talking about this. But the reality is, based on what is being said here, and based on the information that we had from that statement that all the ponies in the media have gone absolutely, batshit crazy over, this here is using the same language, but they are trying to dismiss it, trying to goalpost move, trying to use mental gymnastics to find ways in order to say that this is not the same thing. It is exactly the same thing. Microsoft Xbox consoles will continue to have exclusives. Now, whether you call them true exclusives because they're on PC as well is another matter. But then you could say the same thing for PlayStation. PlayStation is now a timed exclusive box. I think they've got 3 games that haven't moved over to PC yet. 2 of them being Astrobot, which is kind of tailored for the console as a technical demo anyway. So the only one is GT7 is on its way. That's already been confirmed. You'll see eventually. And the only other one is Demon's Souls, which Sony seems to hate, their player base by not doing anything with that IP, Demon's Souls, Bloodborne, or anything. So that's the only one that hasn't moved over? What are we doing here? What are we talking about? If Xbox is a timed exclusive machine, then what does that make PlayStation? The difference is, on Xbox you get to play them day and date on your subscription. Now, if you want to get a more powerful Xbox, and you want to spend big money, you can upgrade to a PC, get PC Game Pass, and you've got the same deal, and you'll play games, those Xbox exclusive games and third-party games, better than anyone else. So what are we doing here? What are we talking about? Where is this gymnastics coming from? At the end of the day, until they come out and say, Halo is going to PlayStation, the next Halo, the next Gears of War E-Day. I know Mag is saying it, but that guy's full of shit anyway. I ain't buying none of that. I'm going to listen to what they're saying, because if you are listening to what they're saying in the other statement, where they're talking about expanding their content to other platforms, and you're gung-ho on this, going full slay, let's go! Then when they turn around in the same breath and say, providing exclusive game content, which is the same language, then that kind of makes you look stupid. I don't know, that's my thoughts on this. You let me know what you think in the comment section below. I don't understand why more people aren't talking about this, because this pretty much here tells you everything you need to know. The plan hasn't changed. It's been ongoing since 2016, and it will continue until they've hit the point that they want to hit. It'll be very interesting to see what happens when their new console comes out, the new handheld comes out, and where that actually pivots. But if you have enjoyed this content and do want to see more content like this, or just want to have a chill conversation, discussion, we do streams, we do podcast streams where we hang out on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I stream on Twitch as well. Feel free to come hang out and chat away and have those chill discussions. Or as always, leave a comment in the comment section below. Let's have that discussion. But as far as I'm concerned, it's business as usual. That statement, as I said yesterday, means a whole bunch of nothing, because it doesn't tell you anything. But what this tells you here is quite clear in its, language. Growth of our gaming business is determined by the overall active user base, MAUs, through Xbox-enabled content, which is pretty much everywhere, availability of games, providing exclusive games that gamers seek, the computational power and reliability of devices used to access our content and services, cloud gaming, and the ability to create new experiences, new IP. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Love to hear your thoughts. If you've enjoyed this content, do consider leaving a like, subscribe, hit that bell to stay up to date with all content I release. And I'll see you in the next one. As always, remain legend.